1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Welcome to Tier 1. Tier 1? What am I on about? This is Tier 2. Tier 2 at China for Round 4 of Season 4 with Phoenix Sim Sports. Before we get into the qualifying session, which we have just started, fortunately no one has left the pits just yet, I'd like to remind you all, we are affiliated with Rogue Energy. Use code PHX for 10% off your order at checkout. And here we go to the game. Woo. F122, who does not love this game. It's amazing. It has no bugs at all, I promise. But we are at China. You can see the skies are clear. We have sunny weather throughout qualifying and throughout the race. And unfortunately, it is Easter Sunday, so it is not surprising to see a fewer number of drivers than we normally have. But we're currently at a position where every driver can walk away with 1 point at the very least in their pocket. Now, we do see a few drivers coming out. I cannot see who the first driver out was. Looks to be an Alpine. It's Niros. Niros, the Alpine driver. Hello, Maverick. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you very much.
You excited for China today?
I am indeed. I am really looking forward to it. I think it'll be very good indeed. By the way, I think that Denzel guy might be looking an invite here. Just a second here, Darkness. Sorry. Let me see.
As we hear a nice, beautiful phone ringtone in the background. Good old Nokia.
Yeah.
Is it actually a Nokia? I don't think it is. That's not
No,
Nokia.
no, it's thing.
Thought so.
Yeah. Right, let me see.
Do have a couple new faces on the grid today. We've got Brissin GRC reserving in for Ferrari. My favourite team. I say couple few faces. We have actually one so far. No, we got two. We also got RP for Life 3532.
Yep. RP is is in there. Good. For some reason we've got Nicholas Latifi on the grid. That's weird.
Wait, we do? How do you see that? Yep. I don't see that. Are you seeing things? There's no Latifi on the grid for me. Is this a joke that's just gone over my head?
No, one of the McLarens for some reason is coming up as Nicholas Latifi.
Okay. Well, we have Nero's first driver on a hot lap, of course setting a purple first sector. Going very wide, almost invalidating his lap there. I have to say, when I was racing around this yesterday, I did not like some of the sectors in this track. Or some of the corners, rather. I felt like the car was going to slip at any moment.
Yeah, it can be a little bit slippy. It's one of those tracks that it is definitely quite a challenge. But you know, that's exactly what we want from the drivers. You know, we want a bit of a challenge for them. because that's whenever we see the best drivers float to the top. So, I'm hoping for a really interesting race. This is one of the tracks that I think my skills shows through on. So, hopefully, yeah, we'll see some good performances from the drivers out there today.
There we go. We got Trexie in as well. Slowly, drivers are pouring in. And the provisional time to beat is a 1:34.837. I couldn't read the 8 for a second there. I can't read numbers today. Oh god, what's happening with me today? Is Webby puts in a faster lap time of 1.1 second improvement. And Alfa Romeo 1-2 at the moment. And Pinax goes in with a fast lap with a 0.2 improvement, a 1:33.5. That was a very short-lived 1-2 for Alfa Romeo, as Nadim goes in with a 1/10 improvement. Rebellious next across the line, a 1:34.4, splitting Nero's, and it's over 9,000. And I think, who else do we have on a hot lap? I believe that's Lewis coming down towards the final corner. It is. DRS wide open to the line, no ERS. Fourth place, splitting the pair of Alfa Romeos. It is a McLaren Alpha, second place to fifth place. What's the world record around Shanghai in F22, do you know?
I was away for just a moment there. World record in Shanghai. I'm not sure about the world record. Our current hot lap record is in the 32s, if I remember correctly. But that's looking a little bit off for the drivers at the moment. Let's see what they can get down to.
We got RP for life coming down that long straight. He's got no ERS.
Interesting. Is he boxing, I wonder then? Maybe?
Well, this is his hot lap.
Interesting.
So perhaps he didn't turn off ERS for his out lap.
Maybe on his out lap, yep. And that can leave you with no juice left for...
Fudge says the world record is a 1:29.9.
Wow.
So there is a lot of improvement on the table.
Off then. Yes, indeed.
Thank you very much, Fudge. I was about to say, like, I wonder what the fastest we'll see today is. And now I know I can't think that our drivers will hit a 1:28 because that is not impossible. That is not possible.
Not possible. Yes, indeed.
There we go. We got 14 drivers in now. 6 more and we'd have a full grid.
Yes.
That's how maths works. Yes, I can do maths. It's quite impressive, I have to say.
I can do maths, mate.
I can't do English, but I can do maths. We got Denzel, reserving in for Haas as a free agent, I believe. Or is he a full-time? Yes. I don't know.
No. Yes, actually, he is a full-time driver.
He's a full-time. It's a debut race at China.
Yeah. Yep, so he was just signed there only a couple of hours ago. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he gets on here. We'll keep a close eye on how he gets on. We always like to see new faces here on the grid.
As he sets a purple first sector.
Wow, awesome stuff.
I believe that was Nero's getting out of his way, so now he's going for clean air on a hot lap, going towards the second sector now. Is it going to be back-to-back purple sectors? It isn't. It's a 53.3, still an improvement, I believe, to some of the other drivers ahead of him. God, even he was very feathery on the throttle coming out of that corner.
Yeah, he was taking it easy. I imagine he's probably just putting in a banker at the moment.
A banker lap with a purple first sector?
Yes, indeed. Which is
one hell of a banker lap. Casually puts it on pole for a banker lap.
Can you imagine? Very aggressive over the curb on the hairpin, and here he comes towards the line. Okay, so it is a
134.3.
34-3. So 9/10 off pole. But if that was a true purple first sector, then hopefully we can expect a little bit more from the Haasman. So who have we got? Who's on their second hot lap? I think Nero's is the first driver to try to improve here. Hopefully the Haas gets out of his way. Oh, that's right.
Purple
The braking
first
zone is
sector for
still a purple
Nero's.
first sector. I think he might not be happy with the way that Haas dealt with the situation. Nope. A little bit of lifting off there through the S curves.
And he lost his back end as well.
He did. That's going to hurt this lap time.
He's backed out.
Yeah, he's backed out of that one. I think, is it Nadeem then is potentially the next one? Oh no!
Nadeem spun!
Just as we switched to him, he's actually spun out of turn 2, so...
That's the commentator's curse right there. If I've ever seen it.
Just as we switched to him, he unfortunately lost the back end. Pineapple! Losing the back end! So unfortunately the McLaren driver then losing an end plate. So he's going to have to go back to the pits as well. My goodness. Of course, you're right. Yep. That's a good point, actually.
Trexie puts in a lap. He's got a 134.0, taking 5th place from It's Over 9,000. As Brizin, the reserve for Ferrari, goes 2nd place, 2/10 off of Nadeem in Aston Martin. What a brilliant lap by the Ferrari driver. Not biased at all. I am so glad I got him to reserve for Ferrari. Absolutely superb.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Sea in Darkness. Yep, I'm working on it.
Let's see now. We've got Lewis, I believe, on a hot lap, currently matching his previous time in the 2nd sector now, coming round the 2nd final corner. Is he going to be able to keep this lap together and have... Oh, no, he's gone in the pits. Okay, never mind. That was what a lap. That is a Ferrari driver going through. Rebellious across the line. 8/10 improvement up into 5th place.
Excellent from Rebellious.
Rebellious exactly 3/10 off of the pace from Lava, who we have seen time and time again. Lava is a very speedy driver around basically any circuit. So very good lap time for the Ferrari driver there.
Yeah, definitely, and we've seen Rebellious improving race on race. You know, Rebellious is one of those drivers that is relatively new to the F1 22 cycle of the game. So good to see. You know, he's improving in confidence and just getting better week on week. And this is resulting in a very close battle for P3 here.
You blowing your nose?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that was very loud. Yeah. So we got Lava going around into this final hairpin. I think he's on the hot lap. I can't actually quite tell. No, I think he's charging his DRS, and I think might diving into the pits potentially. Yeah, low fuel and everything. But we have Pinax, the world champion from season 3. Currently sitting in 3rd place with a 133.5. He's got his teammate ahead of him. Are we going to see some potential team orders of a massive tow down that main straight? Be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely. And this is one of those tracks where it is a huge benefit to get that tow. So let's see what the McLaren boys do.
I mean, you're the team principal. Let's have a team principal interview right now. Are there any team orders?
Yeah, so it is something we talked about during the practice sessions. I don't know if the boys have actually had a chance to practice it. It's something that if you practice it, it can give you a huge benefit. If you don't practice it, it can really, really screw you up if you're not careful. I have never crashed into my teammate while trying to do a toe. No, definitely not. Several times. So yeah, it's one of those things that's going to make a team boss very nervous indeed. But at the same time, if it gets Pinox and pole, we're going to be very, very happy with it indeed.
Awesome. Let's see. We got Pinax ready to go. Lewis ahead of him going into the final corner. They seem to be quite a way apart from each other, so perhaps they're focusing on each other, but I don't know how far you have to be for the toe to be effective, if that distance they have at the moment between each other is going to affect them at all. Potentially, actually, it could be Lewis going for a lap to stay ahead, and they wait till they get to that very long, a very deadly long drag straight.
Yep, it could be.
Interesting to see. First team orders. I say first team orders of the season. It's not really the first team orders, is it? Can't
No,
be.
there definitely, yeah, there definitely has been team orders before. But well, I would really say that's the guys working together rather than really being wow, Trexie. Sorry, let's just go to
Okay.
Trexie here. Setting pole 33-4, just nicking it by thousandths of a second. What's that?
You can do the maths.
It's 14 milliseconds. Wow. Very close indeed. And now
That's a stellar
Pinax
lap.
is right in that slipstream zone. I don't think Lewis is improving on this lap, so this is gonna all be down to Pinax.
Oh my god, there it is.
This is it. This is the toe. This is what we're gonna see. Lewis moving out of the way then.
I love to see this. This is amazing teamwork by the drivers.
Just phenomenal. Let's see how Pinax comes around the last two corners then. Oh, what's it going to be across the line? It's going to be close.
That is the fastest lap, a 1:33.3.
Wow.
The toe has worked brilliantly for them.
Wow. Pinax then steals pole by 1/10 of a second. And that battle was insanely close. That is phenomenal stuff from the guys. So, absolutely brilliant.
And only 5/10 splitting the pair of the pair of McLaren drivers.
Yeah.
5/10 splitting the pair, and the only drivers to be in the 133s are the top 8.
That is absolutely incredible. You know, half a second. And there are, 7 drivers within that. We are in for an absolutely phenomenal battle this evening. This is going to be fire! Oh, I wonder, is Lewis now doing his lap? Have the guys now switched and they're going to now give Lewis the toe?
Potentially.
Or are they gonna box?
No, I think it's a toe back-to-back laps.
It is back-to-back laps.
This is amazing to see. As Trexie retires from the session, done with qualifying, confident with their lap.
So, interesting. I think Trexie could have had a chance to
It's
try.
33 seconds though, to be fair, so that's understandable.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Yep. I was thinking.
Oh, Lewis almost losing the rear end there, coming out of the corner. And unfortunately, that won't be an improvement.
Oh,
no.
Unlucky. Yep. That's the thing. The toe definitely doesn't guarantee you the lap, but whew, wow, what a lap then from Pinax. So
I never thought I'd see the day where teammates go back to back, helping each other out on a hot lap.
yeah,
This is a first for me.
That is spicy. It's definitely a very tough way to go about it. Because of the fact that you end up then using up your tires. So if you're the one to go second, it's not great. But yep, it's the guys have done a good job there. Maybe it's just the fact that they just wouldn't have had enough time otherwise. But Nadeem with a purple sector 2. Let's keep an eye on the man in green. Is he gonna gain that 1/10 of a second? Well, 1.5 tenths he needs really. I didn't see much of a delta he had there. To pole or on this lap. I'm gonna move the microphone away from my face just in case.
Across the line, the Demon proves he takes pole by 3/10, and Brisson, the Ferrari, takes second place from Pinax. A 1:33.0 for Nadim and a 1:33.1 for the Ferrari of Brisson. What a lap by the two of them. Pinax, with that toe, unfortunately not managing to improve his times enough to save it from Nadim's stunning lap.
My goodness, phenomenal lap from Mr. Legacy himself. The defending champion then knocked down to P3 here.
What a lap that is.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Trexie then also knocked down to P4 as a result of that. So, an amazing first lap from Trexie, but it's not going to be enough. So there we go. There is the qualifying results. Nadim putting it on the front row alongside Brisson, who is only 40 milliseconds behind Pinax and Trexie in row 2. Row 3 is Lava and Rebellious. Row 4, Webby and Lewis. Let's see what they can do from there. 9,000 and Rob then on row 5. That is absolutely incredible. There are 9 drivers within 1 second of pole, and several drivers are within 1/10 of each other. So we are in for an absolute treat this evening. This race is gonna be fire.
Now the question is, whilst we may have drivers with intense pace, what are they gonna What are gonna be the strategies they go for? Because the one stop is possible, but this track is a tire killer. As we get to see engineers T-pose. Maverick, what's your say? What do you think drivers are gonna go for?
The softs we definitely tested within practice, and they get chewed up very easily here. As you say, this is a tire killer. This one. There's just so many high-speed corners and low-speed exits even as well, that it just chews up the tires in all 4 corners. So, are we going to see the softs out today? Unlikely. Someone might risk it. But I think this is one of those classic tracks where it is just going to be a medium hard. Or if you're feeling spicy, hard medium. So let's see what the drivers choose, but my money's on medium hard.
I think hard
Being the
medium. I
track.
saw quite a few drivers make that work. In tier 3,
Yeah,
I think Nero's tried it and he managed to make it work, and it was quite impressive to see. And
yeah,
there's only 2 daring drivers to try it today.
interesting.
Trexie and Webby going for the hard compound tires.
Yeah, so everyone just wanting a pretty straightforward choice then. Probably everyone just noticing that the AWS, yeah, soft, medium, hard, good joke. Yeah, probably everyone just realizing that the gaps are so close that you don't want to start on the hards and give someone a better start than you. So yeah, going for the mediums, it means then you do get that better start. Hard medium is probably the fastest strategy overall, because then you don't have those couple of laps of warming the tires. The problem is then you just get bogged down at the start. So yeah, let's see how the guys are able to manage it today.
And yeah, Vin, this is F122. I wouldn't be surprised if we see our drivers T-pose as they drive around Shanghai International Circuit
Yeah,
today.
I would not be surprised about that. Yep.
Hell, I
That
would want to
has
see
have
that. That would be
happened.
impressive.
That would be hilarious. That has to have happened at some point in EA history.
In its life cycle.
Yep. Drivers T-posing in their car. That would actually be hilarious.
Was
love
that a
to see
thing in
that.
F121? I don't recall drivers T-posing.
Yeah.
I remember the
I
helmet
don't.
floating above,
Yes, and drivers driving without helmets.
but
We've
I
had to
don't recall
hand out
T-posing.
some penalties before for safety measures because people chose to drive without their helmets. But yeah, I don't remember ever any driver T-posing before. Or is that Bethesda? Is it Bethesda games that do that? Who knows?
Yes.
But anyway, here we go. So darkness, everyone lining up. Ooh,
Are we gonna see
Damon
donuts? I wonder if
almost.
we'll see any donuts for the tire warm
Let's
up. It
let's
doesn't
see.
help the tires, but it certainly is something to watch from the
Yes,
commentator's box.
indeed.
Oh yeah, there we go. Alfa Romeo with the
And
donuts.
there we go.
10 points to Gryffindor right
And
there.
yes,
Reversing
indeed.
on the grid to get to his grid box as well.
Yeah. Oh
Who
dear
is that?
me.
Is that Webby? That's Webby. That's brilliant, Webby.
Yes,
Thank you
we've
very
got
much.
3 drivers that got disqualified. They're gonna have cold
Take
tires, 4 red
take the
lights,
first
5
lap.
red lights. Yes, I will. And question mark. Away we go. I think Pinax has got a mega start. He's going to be alongside the front row. Pinax could lead into the first corner. He does. Pinax taking the lead from the Ferrari and Aston Fellows in front. Trexie, a reasonable start on those hards, but Lava is going to go down the inside. So Trexie then does drop to P5. Lewis making it up to P7 there. Webby has done a good job as well, up to P6. Brisson almost dive bombing down the inside of Nadim there. We're seeing changes all over. Trexie, unfortunately, down to P12. I wonder, has he made a mistake there? He is on the hard tires, so it's not going to hurt too much dropping down to P13 at the moment. He's going to have the softer tires towards the end of the race. But Pinax now leading by 0.7 of a second. He wants to sprint away as best he can. Then there's a little bit of a gap. Lewis up to P5. Very good start for the McLaren man here. McLaren
It's a
looking
3-car fight as well between the Haas, the Ferrari, and the Alpine. As the Alpine and the Ferrari spin, Rebellious is off of the track and he's out.
Rebellious, unfortunately. Was that contact?
That was contact. I can't remember who the driver was, but contact between I believe the Alpine and the Ferrari.
That is really.
And the Haas is spun. There goes Denzel out of the race as well.
There is Denzel, unfortunately, at the hairpin. That is really unfortunate. We're down to 11 drivers here on the first lap. I think Nero's spun out of the final corner as well. He seemed a bit slow on that.
As that we have a 3-way fight going into the first corner between an Alfa Romeo, a Red Bull, and a AlphaTauri, and a Williams just trailing behind this fight. What is going on? This is not even this is the second lap, and we've had 3 cars out already.
That is absolutely phenomenal. Rob doing a good job to get himself up to P7 at the moment. So the biggest movers really, Rob up 3 positions to P7 and Lewis up 3 positions to P5. So those are the 2 guys that have made the most progress through the field at the moment.
But the highlight by far is Pinax with a storming start.
Oh,
that came out from nowhere.
Phenomenal start.
So we have a yellow flag for SeaTac, I believe. Unfortunately, spinning out. Pinax, how is he this good? I need him to teach me how to drive.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, we've got word from Denzel, who unfortunately his controller it disconnected during the race there, which is unfortunately why he's DNF'd. So technical problems for the Haas man on lap 1 there. Unfortunate. We don't like to see it, but
a race debut
these
to
things
forget.
happen. Yeah, these things happen from time to time. Pinax doing a very good job at the front. He's already broken DRS.
He has, and he's consistently setting fastest laps. He's pushing it right now. Whilst everyone fights behind him, he can have himself a gap ahead of him.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He can take advantage right now, so hopefully the McLaren man can keep pushing on there. And we're starting to see A little bit of a gap form here between P6 and 7, but that lead group of 6 cars staying very close together for now.
We can see on the minimap we've got a distinct group now. We've got Pinax gone with Nadim trying to catch. Behind Nadim, a group of 4 cars fighting for second place. Then we've got Webby in a little air bubble, Robbie with an air bubble, Trexie just 1 second behind, and then it's over 9,000 Neros and SeaTac in their own world. Of course, whilst drivers may find themselves at the back of the grid at the moment, there's still another 25 laps to go, so there's still an entire pit window to open.
Oh,
so
sorry,
lots to happen.
Cut across you there, Darkness. Apologies. Trexie has spun in the entry to the 3rd sector. So Trexie was recovering through the field, but he's lost a lot of time, unfortunately. Sorry.
Oh, it's unfortunate. But, I mean, Trexie's probably the best example. We've seen him fall so far in so many races, but then he'll come back fighting for points or even podiums in some cases last season. So,
yep,
drivers will find themselves in last place, but it's certainly not the be-all and end-all. Now Lewis also losing out. Lewis now down to 1.8 seconds behind Lava. He's dropping back very quickly. Lewis is. I guess it is. I would assume it's possibly time to preserve those tyres potentially. As Trexie and Neros, as we switch to them, are fighting and have collided with one another.
Oh no.
That is, without a doubt, a report at the end of this race between the two of them. I have no clue what happened there, but I found them just kind of barreling into each other off the track there.
Yeah, that's going to need to be investigated then post-race. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Yeah.
As I was saying, Lewis has dropped back a bit, but we still have Lava, Brizin, and Nadim just barely outside of DRS zone, all fighting to try and catch up to Pinax with that storming start. Well, we are on that P2 battle as Nadim now gets within that DRS zone, but unfortunately, I don't think he got it in time. No, he hasn't got DRS. But there we can see the Ferrari and the Alpine now catching up. Lava 0.2 behind going into that first corner now. Of course, that first corner is a very slow corner. I mean, I don't know how anyone can do it, because even I struggle doing it. But it is a fun corner to go through. That is a fact for me.
Definitely, I would agree with you there. So, it looks like we've got a group of 4 cars starting to break away from the main pack. And Nadim now is within that DRS range. So, these guys are all going to start being able to battle with Pinax.
Pinax has had his peace now. Now he's got war on his hands.
Yeah, exactly. So this is going to be interesting to see how he handles the pressure. Although I imagine it's not going to be very well because Pinax on 11% ERS, Nadim on 65. So right now, all cars behind Nadim or Pinax have a huge ERS advantage.
Nadim now 0.4. That DRS straight really helped him close that gap.
He almost tapped Pinax in the rear wheel. He is pushing flat out here. And Lewis looks like he's about to come under attack by Webby as well. So it looks like there's going to be a battle for P5 here.
Both McLarens under attack.
Both McLarens, yep.
Now, who's going to prevail? Will Lewis keep his 5th place, or is Pinax going to keep his 1st place? But Pinax has got 3 cars to defend from, because if he loses out from one person on that straight, the other 2 behind him will also have DRS and have that incredible tow of 3 cars ahead of them.
Yeah, this is the kind of situation that can get quite messy, because as soon as one car dives down your inside, you're out of position, and the cars behind tend to get quite greedy as well. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
That looks amazing to see all those drivers lining up down that main straight. Pinax trying to break that tow, but there's the 4 cars all behind them. Pinax looking to the inside, but not close enough to make a move. As Robbie unfortunately disconnected, hopefully we can get him back in the lobby. Lava all over the gearbox of that Ferrari ahead of him. Robbie retiring from this race, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's actually retired on track there. Not sure if that was due to a crash or not.
Could we see a move from Lava going into the first corner? He looks to go for the inside move. Keeps it clear of the Ferrari, but he's got his car right alongside.
Oh, but it's
and now with that outside line.
Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Oh, they're side by side.
Side by side, the top 2 and the second. The team in the lead and Lava into 3rd.
Wow. So we see 2 overtakes on the same straight. Absolutely crazy stuff. Lewis holding on to P5 at the moment from Webby, so defending well there.
Now 3/10, 1 second splitting the top 4. This is a spicy battle.
This is spicy, McGee.
Now they're all going to be very close. Lava all over the gearbox of Pinax, and they're going to go down the DRS straight again. Are we going to see a change in leadership, or are we going to see Pinax lose yet another position in this one lap?
This could be interesting. Lava definitely has the
Risen as well, right on the gearbox, 2/10 behind.
Yeah, he's going to give it all. Oh, this is going to get messy down towards the hairpin.
I don't think anyone's looking for a move.
Oh!
Risen with a lockup.
Helping Pinax. Whew. That is very spicy.
This is the kind of racing we want to see more often.
This is exactly the kind of racing we want to see. Exactly. This is the kind of stuff that, see, if you threw a safety car right now, this would all be ruined. So, whereas we get to see this battle play out the whole way through. That's what we want to see. So Nero
Trexie with a 5-second time penalty. He's retired in the pits, unfortunately. Is now
in the pit
gone.
lane.
That would have been good points for AlphaTauri.
Yeah,
it may have been just 1 or 2 points, but still points in the bag for the championship.
Yeah, it still would have been guaranteed points as long as you finished today. So, yep, unfortunate, but yep.
Now, something to note, Nadim is not only fighting for a race win, he is fighting to protect his legacy as well in this China race. After he's had 2 DNFs this season, and last weekend, I believe, he finished in 2nd place behind his teammate, who unfortunately is not appearing for the race tonight. So Nadim is fighting to protect his legacy and is fighting for the championship. I mean, of course, he's fighting for Phoenix's legacy as well, but Aston Martin for Tier 2.
Yes, indeed. It looks like Nadim has this race under control. He's got the pace to pull away from Pinax, but Pinax pulls it back just a little bit. Problem is, if Lava starts battling Pinax, then he could lose contact very easy.
Nadim clear of the DRS straight. DRS. What's the word I'm looking for?
DRS train.
He's clear of having to defend for his position, is basically what I'm trying to say, from any DRS potential of losing the position. I've really lost it today.
Yes, you have. Did you ever really have it in the first place?
I don't like you.
No.
But now, although Nadim's pulled away, we still have a spicy battle between the orange, blue, and red teams. I definitely didn't forget their team names: McLaren, Alpine, and Ferrari.
Yeah, it's going to be a spicy one.
I can't think today. This is not good.
And McLaren could get some good, solid points here today.
Remember, folks, whilst we're on this main straight, stay hydrated. It'll help you think.
Yes, indeed. We need to get hydrate button on
Lava
this
almost
screen.
colliding with the back of Pinax there.
Yeah, he's getting very close to the diffuser of that McLaren. Almost enough to make the McLaren boss very nervous indeed.
I've already plugged Rogue Energy, alright? I gotta keep our drivers healthy and hydrated. I mean, you could go for the hydration pack with Rogue Energy using code PHX at 10% off your order at checkout. I hate you, Joe.
He went there! Yes! Yes!
As Nadim now pulls out another half a second, he's going to be 2 seconds clear by the end of the slap at this rate.
Yeah, it looks like he's got the pace here, and Pinax is just really, really struggling. Pinax has almost no ERS left, and Lava's just got loads. So I imagine Lava's probably just biding his time here, and he'll just pounce whenever he feels it's ready.
Panos is not here today, unfortunately.
And there goes the 2-second gap in the lead.
Wow, 1.9.
Ferrari, it did go over 2 seconds, but yes.
Prison 2 seconds, 0.2 behind. Is he? He's got ERS, but he's not using. He's allowing the two ahead of him to fight as Lava goes for a move around the outside. Could we see a switchback from the Alpine driver? But no. Pinax gets a good exit, but Lava gets a good exit. Is now coming down the inside into the final corner, and he takes second place.
Wow!
What a move! And now Ferrari coming alongside to take the scraps from this battle. Is he going to find himself up to third place? No, unfortunately not. But he does stick his car round the outside.
It is going to switch to the inside, but Pinax down the inside of Lava.
Pinax unfortunately touching the curb, light tap to the Ferrari. But walking away cleanly, the two of them. Lava now into second place. Oh, I mean, you said it rightly so. He was waiting to pounce, and he pounced right there and then.
Interesting. I didn't think he would pop it around there. But yep, clearly he knew what he wanted to go for, and he hit it at the right time. Now he's ahead. Question is, can he chase down Nadim, or does Nadim have the pace in the bag?
Mark it here now. We're into the third sector. He's 2 seconds back. So will we see him at the end of this sector any closer, or potentially into the next lap? Is he going to be cutting that time down? Slightly further back, we've got ourselves... Oh, as Brizzen goes in for the pits.
Ferrari in the pits. So lap 12. And the Ferrari already deciding to box.
What is the Ferrari going for?
Yeah, I imagine he's probably trying to undercut here. So he's hoping that he's going to come out and put in a faster lap on those hards. But whenever you're on the hards, it's very, very difficult to get heat into them. So I think the overcut's the way to do it here.
We'll have to see. I mean, I tried doing the undercut. I failed miserably. Let's just hope the Ferrari boys can get it right today.
Yeah, but, you know, we are talking about you here. So, anyway.
I'm a good driver. I'm just good at spinning.
Yes, yes. You spin me right round. Oh no, he's been demonetized.
As we go further ahead, we got
So-
Webby still behind Lewis, half a second back, and Webby as well, one of those drivers who started on the hard compound tyres, and has managed to maintain his position quite well. In fact, he's improved by 2 positions from 7th
Yeah.
up into 5th.
So I wonder, is Webby just using Lewis to pull himself along? And then what he'll do is, once he swaps to the mediums, then he'll go absolutely flat out. Interesting stuff from the Alpha Man. Let's see where he ends up once the pit stops all play out.
Certainly a great start for Alfa Romeo. They're sitting in 5th and 6th at the moment.
Yeah, good stuff. They're on for a good, solid result here today. Lava then is the next one to pit.
And Nadim.
Oh, Nadim in the pits as well. So Pineax then deciding to go a little bit longer. Let's see whereabouts the Ferrari is. Is the undercut going to work?
It's coming around
the
towards the final
overcut
corner
better?
now. Lava and Nadim have left their pit boxes. I think the Ferrari will not get ahead. He's going to find himself still a few seconds behind.
He's way behind. Yeah, look, the undercut is yeah, it just doesn't work. So I think potentially here the overcut is going to be the better strategy.
But now we have Pineax
His
under
line.
pressure, who has to pit still, and so does Lewis. Is a provisional McLaren 1-2.
No, red flag. Stop the race now. Oh no! Oh my!
I thought you were being serious. I was like, what the hell just happened? I was so confused.
Yeah. Oh, my connection. It's terrible right
now.
now.
Oh no, I've tabbed out. Everyone's desynced.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to red flag it. Oh.
But Webby, with those hard compound tyres, jokes aside, he's got himself up to 3rd place now, and he's cutting that time down rapidly to Lewis ahead of him. Of course, Lewis is going to have those very old mediums compared to those hard tyres. He's got DRS. Webby's going to go for the move along this main straight. And he makes it well before the braking zone. Does he secure it? He does, comfortably.
Oh, he's locked the rears up, though. But he is through.
Pineax in the pits.
Pineax then deciding to box.
It's a double stack!
It's a double stack! They should be far enough apart that it shouldn't matter, but this is going to be absolutely race critical for the McLaren boys.
And Pineax is out. It's clear. It's going to be clear.
Underway. Hopefully so. Lewis does come in.
He stops for about a couple tenths.
Tiny pause. Yeah, so he is going to lose a few tenths.
But now, Webby finds himself in the lead.
He does. And Pineax almost did undercut Lava. Or overcut, rather. But Pineax right out in between the Alpine and Ferrari. Pineax is really going to struggle here because he's got very cold tires right now. Oh, this is spicy stuff.
There goes the Ferrari around the outside. He tries.
He's not going to get it. But unfortunately now Pineax has lost DRS to Lava, so the pit stop fee is then splitting up the
You know what's really annoying is both of our drivers fighting each other. We're trying to commentate this. Come on, Prison, from a Ferrari team principal's perspective, from a commentator's perspective, get us more fighting.
No. Biased, man.
I'm fighting 2 people at the moment. As I think It's Over 9000 has had a few issues now. He's appearing to have had... He's having connection problems, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate for the Alpha Man. He was doing very well up there. He's still in P9, so, you know, he's still on
2
for
points
here. Yep.
Now the question is, how far can the hard compound tyres go? Of course, we had Trexie, who was the other hard compound runner, but unfortunately he's retired from this race. We don't have anyone as a ballpoint reference to know when those hards are going to fall off.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think the hards are very stable here, so it is going to take an awful long time. You You know, we've just had in the chat, sorry, to go to, yeah, Cthulhu says red flag the session, McLaren 1-2. Well, if we red flag now, we'd have to count back 2 laps,
No, no,
wouldn't we?
let's red
So,
flag now. I think this is a good place to red flag.
no, you have to count back 2 laps, so,
No, we can't. I'm Michael Massey. We're just gonna red flag right there and end it there. It
or
still
you log
stings
on.
thinking back to that night.
Yeah, you log on and be safety car.
One moment, safety guard.
Safety car, safety car. We'll tell Webby. Webby,
I
you're now the
agree with
safety
Joe as the Alfa Romeo TP, my sister team TP. Let's red flag right now.
car.
I may dislike my sister team because it's my sister team, but they're my sister team. I have to support them after all.
Of course.
I do, after all, pay for their lunches and for their school bus and everything.
Yep.
God, imagine not having a sister team. McLaren.
I hope you don't think that you know, you can write that off as being in your budget. You know,
No, I'm using their budget to fund our team.
chicken wings. Yeah, doubling the Ferrari budget.
Exactly.
Put all the catering under.
Don't
Alpha
let
budget.
Christian Horner know my secret.
Yep.
Don't need another scandal with us tonight. We got Brizzen, who pitted 4 laps ago, half a second back still on Pinax. Try to go... Is it the overcut at that point, or is it the undercut? I don't know. I can never work it out sometimes.
If you
He
box
tried to go for the
after-
undercut.
Yeah, if you box it after your opponent, then you're trying to overcut. If you box before your opponent, you're trying to undercut. The main the difference between the two is if you try to undercut someone, you want to get fresher tires and try to set faster laps, while your opponent is on the older tire. If you want to overcut someone, you're trying to carry the older tire a little bit longer while your opponent's tires are coming up to speed. And some tracks, one strategy is best. Some tracks, it's the other strategy. It purely depends, you know, on the track characteristics.
Interesting.
So we've got interesting to look at the gap between Webby and Lewis right now. Gap is 25 seconds. Looks like it's coming down a little bit as Lewis's tires are getting up to speed. So it's going to be interesting to see if Webby can keep up this pace, or
He's going to be
if
the
it's
only...
gonna take off.
He's going to be the only medium compound runner, though. He's going to have an advantage if Pinax puts in
Yeah.
the fastest lap
Wow.
again.
Okay, so Pinax then, he is on fire. Pinax, interestingly, he's one of those drivers that really enjoys the harder tire compound.
I mean, I have to agree with him. The hard compound tires are so much nicer.
No, you're wrong.
France,
No,
I pulled an Alex Albon at
can
France.
be,
It's just, you can go so much
yeah.
further with them.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, they give you a good amount of stability, which is quite nice. Pulse having a bit of an issue there, heading on to the main straight. That has allowed over 9,000 right onto his tail. So over 9,000 then potentially, despite his connection issues, can still gain a position in this race. So he's gonna
I've
be
only just noticed
fighting
this,
over
but
that.
RP for Life was disqualified, not retired.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. What happened there? Yeah. Let me just check race director. Let me see what exactly happened there. Incidents. Yeah, I don't see anything in there.
Webby in the pits now. He's done with those hard compound tires.
Interesting.
So he'll be on those medium tires as he runs over the Alpine pit crew.
Oh no!
And
so
now...
let's see. Where is Lewis going to come out? Oh, I think it's going to be behind the Alpha.
Brilliant stop for the Alpha.
That is absolutely brilliant stuff for the Alpha Man. He's got himself out then in front of that McLaren, and now he is on softer tires. So it looks like then Lewis is going to struggle to stay with the Alpha. There will be a little bit of a warm-up period for these medium tires, but nowhere near as much as the hard tires. So I think the Alpha is going to have P5 on lock
For now.
for now.
I have to say, I'm quite surprised. The only penalties we have so far is CTAC for track limits. But no one else, I mean, I'm probably jinxed it now, but no one else so far with 10 laps to go has gotten themselves 3 seconds time penalty.
Yeah, this is interesting. China is one of those tracks where it can be relatively easy to get track limit penalties, especially at this final corner. But everyone is doing so well to avoid those track limit penalties. So, yeah, it just means you have to push that little
Lewis
bit
tried
harder.
to go for a move. Unfortunately, missing his braking zone, having a slight tap with Webby's back end there. Fortunately, light enough that they both drove away from there quite comfortably.
They do continue.
Now there's a fight at the back, I think. CTAC, maybe? No, I'm not sure. I saw 2 cars just stopped on the road there for a moment.
Yeah, 9,000 I think did get past for a moment, but is back down to P9 here. Is he going to attempt the move down into the hairpin?
It looks to the inside. Oh, no, he's not going to go for it.
Going to go for it here.
There goes Webby out of that 1 second gap now to Lewis. It is down to him with 10 laps remaining. Can he cut down that gap? 13 seconds to the Ferrari ahead of him and fight for that 4th place. It's over 9,000 going down the inside. Beautiful move by the Alfa Romeo. Now finds himself up to 8th place.
Excellent stuff from the Alfa. Yeah, I think the gap between the Alfa and Ferrari is too big. I don't see the Alfa being able to catch up despite being on that lovely medium rubber as Nadeem then sets the fastest lap of the race.
And Brisson 3 tenths behind. To cut you off there, sorry, but down that long straight, he was looking for a move down the inside, and he is still right on that tail of the McLaren driver. Could this be as Webby puts in the fast lap? No surprise there for his medium tyres. Could we see... I'm not going to say it. I can't say it. I don't want to jinx it. But this is going to be a beautiful fight between the 2 drivers. For one attempted the undercut, and the other one successfully coming out and maintaining his position ahead. What, Spinella and Nadeem? I have to say I'm quite surprised. You know, the only spin we've seen from him was during qualifying. I'm going to switch... Oh, I've hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. Oh my god, I want to switch to Nadeem now, and he's not spun yet, so, you know, he's not Spinella yet. He's in the wrong car to Spinella as well, actually.
Please do it a couple more times, will you? And also...
Lava has spun! Lava has lost 2nd place out of that... I don't know what corner that is, but into the 3rd sector. Pinax now into 2nd place, and Brisson with DRS has got the fight for 2nd place. It looks for a move down the inside, but unfortunately he's not close enough just yet. Still on the gearbox.
He's out of ERS. The Ferrari is really struggling to pull up on the McLaren here because well, they're both out of ERS. So he's really struggling to make the move. I wonder, is Pinax running really low wing here as well? It just seems to be that I think we saw it earlier in the race as well that Pinax was able to stay ahead of Nadeem, even though Nadeem had the DRS. So
go on.
Yeah, no, that's all I was going to say.
With Lava's spin, this has put the possibility of 4th place in Webby's lap. He's now 4.5 seconds back with much fresher tyres and much faster tyres. This is on now. Webby fighting for 4th place now, whilst Brizzen is fighting for 2nd place. Currently the only fights going on.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's going to light the fire under Webby's cockpit. So we could see some absolutely phenomenal laps here from the Alpha. What that
I
does,
did not
though,
do that on purpose, Joe. Sorry, go on.
what that does do is it takes a lot of pressure off Nadim. He can back off a little bit. He's got 4.6 seconds to the cars behind. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Nadim manages the last 7 laps here.
Brizzen so close to that gearbox of the McLaren. I thought they were about to collide there, but no. Good control by the two of them, keeping it clean for so long. Honestly, this is impressive driving by the reserve driver. I am thoroughly impressed as a team principal, even more impressed as a commentator, to see such a long battle continue without an incident so far. This is... I want to see more of this. No pressure, Mav, but if McLaren can do it in Tier 2, you've got to do it in Tier 1.
Oh,
You've got to represent McLaren as they have done for you.
I got to rep. I think here it's probably going to be Fudge. Has the pace over me here.
No confidence in yourself?
Just at the moment, I think with the competitive nature of Tier 1, I think I've probably fallen down a little bit. I'm struggling to get the practice in at the moment, so certainly my pace isn't quite there. So yeah, confidence is not as high as it should be. But Fudge is doing a brilliant job to bring home the points for McLaren. So hopefully we can start walking ourselves up the table. I'm going to give it my absolutely everything, but as with these things, you don't know what it's going to be like until you hit the track. So yeah.
I agree. I think Mav's Tier 3 worthy now. He's clearly off the pace.
No.
I've already shredded the contract I had in place for you for Tier 1 for Ferrari, so
Oh no!
you're lacking the confidence, lacking the trust in the car that we build for you. I can't have that with Ferrari.
Yeah, I forgot about that Ferrari contract that I had. Was it not Alpha?
No, I mean it's joint contracts between the two teams because we're a sister team.
Yeah. Drive both cars at the same time.
Exactly.
I mean, I have a controller.
You got 2 hands.
So yeah.
Now with 5 laps remaining, it does appear as though Brizzen has backed off, though it could be down. Let's see, he's got 13% ERS, and Pinax ahead of him with 11, so they are both very much strained of their energy. Are they going to be able to keep up this fight, though, for the next 5 laps? Or is it going to be a McLaren P2 and a Ferrari P3? We'll have to see now. As we go into the DRS detection zone, Brizzen within that 1 second, he will have that rear wing wide open. Is he going to deploy that 13 or 19% now ERS as he pushes on to catch up?
Yeah,
doesn't appear so at all.
Brizzen's only option here is if he does a couple of laps of recharge, yeah, and then goes for it towards the end of the race. I think it's his only hope. Fighting that McLaren just on pure pace, Pinax has got it. I think Pinax certainly is using a slightly lower wing, which is giving him that top speed. So the Ferrari's going to need that ERS advantage. So it's going to be interesting to see, does he manage it like that? Or is he just going to let that pressure get to him?
Save us, ERS, you're our only hope.
Exactly. I think the Ferrari man can be very happy with a P3 on his Tier 2 debut. But fine right us racers, we want to get the absolute maximum every single time. So
We want to win every time.
Yep. But I think he'd have to push a little bit for that, or some more commentators' curses happening. But it looks like Nadim has got this very well managed at the moment. He's just keeping that gap to 5 seconds, doing a brilliant job there. Spanax proves his personal best in that second sector there. So Pinax is really pushing. And a little update on the battle between Lava and Webby. Webby's not really eating into that gap like we would have expected on the medium tires, so I think P5 is going to be the best Webby can do today. He just doesn't quite have that pace to beat Lava at the moment. Unfortunate for Lava. You know, I think on pace he deserved that podium today, but you know, the guys up at front here have just made no mistakes. You know, Nadim Pinax and Brisen, they're driving absolutely beautiful races at the moment. And when it's that competitive, all it takes is one mistake and you drop down. So, Lewis, interestingly, boxing. So we could see an attempt for the fastest lap here from the McLaren man. See, is that going to be soft tires?
Yes, it is.
It is indeed.
I could be
So,
mistaken. I think there might have been adjustment to his front wing. I couldn't quite tell. But
yeah,
I mean,
so
I'd understand if he did. To be fair.
yeah, definitely. I mean, you may as well. You know, while you're in there, even if it upsets the balance of the car a little bit, if it gives you that little bit more of a chance to steal that fastest lap, you may as well. So it's going to be interesting to see. I wonder, does Webby respond? Is he going to stay on those tires? I don't think Lava Brisson or Pinax are going to go for it. You know, they're all going to be really involved in those battles ahead. Webby is probably going to be the only
Brisen is
person that can respond.
going out round the outside.
Oh!
He tries to make the move after that long DRS straight. Unfortunately, could not make it work, but he's trying to go for it again. Going into that final corner, he's all over the gearbox of the McLaren man. He's going around the inside, down the inside. He's got the DRS advantage. He's using that ERS. He's got it into the braking zone. Ferrari in second place.
Wow, absolutely beautiful move from the Ferrari. I mean,
beautiful indeed.
How dare he take that away from McLaren? So the question
that came out of nowhere. I did not expect that.
That did. The question now is, can Pinax respond? Interestingly, the top three are now back in their qualifying positions.
So they are, yeah.
Yeah. And everyone else that is still on track has either gained position or stayed in the same place. This is interesting.
Oh, what a move by the Ferrari, man. That was... I saw the timing sheets just knocking down time so quickly. I didn't even recognize what was happening until it was too late.
What's Pinax going to do? He's half a second back, and he's got no ERS. He needs to save that ERS and maybe go for it on the final lap. Or is he going to go for it here? He might have the straight line speed again. He might be just using that lower wing. He's going to go for the over-under. But then that's going to be the outside for the final corner. He could do the same to the Ferrari has got done on him. Oh, this
he's going for it.
Run the outside. He gets it. And they swap positions again.
In one lap, it has gone from Aston Martin, Ferrari, McLaren to Aston Martin, Ferrari, McLaren, Ferrari. As Webby goes into the pits now.
Wow. Okay, so Webby then is also going to attempt a fastest lap here.
Lewis with the
then-
fast lap, no surprise there. He does have the
Yeah.
soft comment tyres. The surprise will be if his Webby manages to fire up those tyres perfectly and make the move and
gonna
not run that risk and lose out that position to Lewis behind him, only 2 seconds behind
Yeah.
now.
Yep, he's gonna have one shot at this.
And now going down towards the very long straight, Brisen is 0.6 seconds behind Pinax. Pinax with it. They both have the same amount of ERS, but Brisen is using it now before the DRS zone. He doesn't appear to be close enough, and Pinax with that setup might be able to defend it again this lap. Are we going to see another change though along that main straight?
Yeah, that's where he did it last time. I think Brisen.
He does have a good exit. He's managed to keep it close.
Yeah, it's going to be the final corner's going to decide it. It's going to be close.
Fortunately, he did not get the perfect exit that he needed to make the move again. But he is still right on that gearbox, and there's still one more DRS straight to go before we finish this race at China. Nadim has coped brilliantly through it all and has lost pole several times, but has come back out to become #1 again at China. We're still allowed to go though. There's still 2 sections to go. No commentator's curse.
Yes, indeed. Please no.
Snapping back to Webby. Webby crosses the line now. He is going to start the final lap of the race, and he's fired up those tyres, hopefully. Can he go for that fast lap? He does have 50% ERS, so he does have enough battery to absolutely push the limits.
Yeah, potentially Lewis went 1 lap early there. If he had left it 1 lap later, then Webby wouldn't have had the chance to go for the fast lap. So Lewis would have had it. So potentially a little bit of a tactical error there from the McLaren side of the garage.
Now, here comes down to the main straight. Unfortunately, Brisen is 0.8 seconds behind and has no ERS. Both of them absolutely draining the battery.
Oh, it's actually 0.
And Nadim now, going into the final corner, is about to cross the line and finish the Chinese Grand Prix. What a brilliant finish for the Aston Martin man, getting himself back up on the top step. Pinax, oh my god, Pinax and Brisen, that was a brilliant fight.
Wow, absolutely phenomenal fight.
And Lava
wins the Chinese Grand Prix. Pinax P2, Brisen P3. Absolutely wonderful result for the Ferrari man on debut.
And Webby is 6/10 up on his previous lap.
Oh, this
Webby is currently on the line from his previous best. He's on the cusp of taking that fastest lap. He just needs to hold it together now. To the line. He is using everything. He takes the fastest lap!
By 1/10! He took that by 1/10. Unfortunately, Lewis didn't have enough in the tank to be able to retake it. Those soft tires going off towards the end of the race. Nero's going massively wide in the final corner. Coming home P7. Oh, what a race that was, Darkness!
I've never hit my chair so many times out of excitement.
I know.
I got out of that habit very quickly, but I'm back in it again.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely incredible stuff there today. Are you okay to manage the interviews?
No.
Oh no, yeah.
I don't think I can hold it together. I'm gonna flip out when my Ferrari driver comes in for an interview.
Exactly. Nero's driver of the day. I'm afraid have to disagree with the game there. That's Nadim's. Nadim's driver of the day every day of the week there. Absolutely perfect drive. What do you think, Darkness?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I loved every minute of it. It was...
Yeah. Everything was just, Nadim managed that absolutely perfectly. Stuck it on pole. Lost position at the start, but kept a calm head and just smashed it home. Absolutely wonderful stuff from the Aston man. Right, I'm going to pop off now. So, haha, lol, you do have to manage the interviews.
Well, that was interesting. Let's see if we can get people into the waiting room for an interview. Goodbye, Maverick. I will see you on track for Tier 1. No pressure. McLaren made one hell of a show. Now you got to make one hell of a show for me. I think Maverick's gone already. Maverick? He has. He's already gone, so I'm gonna... I am talking to myself. I'm gonna throw him down to McLaren VC, and let's get our race winner in here, Nadim, our race winner. That was an impressive drive, I have to say. I mean, Mav and I were absolutely screaming for all of those fights today. How was that race for you, mate?
Man, that felt good. Finally felt good. After a very unfortunate results, just coming here in China winning definitely puts a smile on my face. Definitely really happy with that result.
Mr. Legacy up on pole. I mean, that was superb. I mean, you got the 1-2 at Australia, but then now with your teammate unfortunately not around to help you, you've managed to still secure 25 points for the championship. That's brilliant, honestly.
Yeah, it must be said. Definitely, Pummels not being here is obviously for good for me, but for the team, obviously, it was damage limitation. But I guess it really wasn't because I won. So I just have to say I'm really happy because coming into the weekend, I thought, yeah, maybe I'll be up there. I don't know. After just didn't want to spin, didn't want to make a mistake, and at the end, really clean race. Pulled a few nice overtakes on the other drivers, and yeah, really happy.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, that's certainly a way to kick off the season break. Now you've got yourself a week to relax with a race victory in hand. You're looking forward to the break and to the race that we're coming back to in Monaco. You think you'll be able to start strong the second half?
Yeah, I think so, but it is Monaco. It's a difficult track. Anything can happen, so can't say anything yet on where I could be or could not be because it is so technical. But coming into the week break, I have to say on a good note, winning is definitely a big high. So the momentum just builds from here, and we go to the next race with the same mindset.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining for an interview. Thank you for a very exciting race. Maverick and I were definitely not screaming at the top of our lungs for that race. And I look forward to having another interview with you at Monaco. You know, I feel like you're on your way up now. I think Monaco would be a big win for you.
Yeah.
I'm not choosing favoritism, okay? I'm of course going to support Ferrari, but it'd be nice to see you at top as well.
Yeah, I must say it was really nice. So I'm looking forward to Monaco.
All right, well, thank you for joining me today. Let's see if we can get our second place winner, Pinax, and let's get your engineer in here, Cthulhu. Pinax, how was that race for you, mate? You went from a stunning lap in qualifying because you had a tow from Lewis, then unfortunately missing out, but then you had an incredible start off of the line. How was that race for you, mate?
The race was intense, actually. The start was better than I expected it to be. Like, others, I guess, struggled on the start, and I went for a gap, and luckily, I had enough space as well, so I lead the race for a few laps. Then Nadim and his outstanding pace overtook me on, I don't know which lap, but yeah, he did, overtook me. And like the rest of the race was towards the end as well. It was really tough. Like I was battling with a Ferrari. What was his name again? I don't want to butcher. Yeah, Brizin. Yeah, the Ferrari. He was battling with me on the last, I guess, 5 to 6 laps.
It was a very, very intense fight there between the two of you.
Exactly. It was really intense. Like it was all about who's gonna come out in front on the last lap, but luckily, I guess he made a mistake on the last turn before the long back straight. So we kept the P2, luckily, in this race, but the battle was intense and I had much fun, and I would like to thank my teammate Lewis for the 12 on the qualifying lap. It's really helped me out. So
Cthulhu,
yeah,
how is that for a race engineer's perspective?
I mean, the end result is what I mean is the best we could really hope for. I mean, obviously we were hoping we could keep P1 through the entire race, but I mean, Pinex did a great job, just keeping his head down, not losing focus. You know, making smart decisions, like when he chose to pass Bryson. It was a great race for him, and I mean, it was great for Lewis too. He gained a bunch of positions. I think we did just mistime that fastest lap. There was some discussion about when we wanted to do it originally. It was decided that we were going to do lap 25, and then I think he started to feel maybe, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but I wondered, he just wasn't sure if he'd be able to get it. And so he went the lap early, which I didn't have an issue with. I thought it was an okay call at the time. But it ended up not working out. Webby responded and just took it by, I think it was 0.07 of a second. Just unfortunate timing.
Very close.
But,
I mean, it's still a great finish for the team for the season, but right before the season break, it's still strong points and a podium finish. So great effort for the whole team.
yeah, it's a great result.
The only question I have left then is, are you looking forward to, well, two questions. Are you looking forward to having a week off now to practice your skills? Because you have Monaco for the opening race for the second half of the season. You're looking forward to Monaco? Do you think, Pinex, do you think that's somewhere you could come out victorious?
honestly, I love Monaco, but I didn't really want to have a season break right now. But yeah, we're gonna have the season break, and I really love Monaco. It's a tricky track. There's not really much racing going on, but a possible podium is okay so far. The expectations might change after I practice, but for now, a minimum like P5 to podium is my hopes for Monaco.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me today in the commentary box.
It's my pleasure.
I'm speechless for that race, that battle.
I can't wait to see the POV from you guys.
I think you'll enjoy the VOD. This for those of you who are watching and curious, the VOD will be posted on YouTube straight after the Tier 1 stream. So please do be sure to keep an eye out in the socials channel, and it will be posted as soon as it's live. Thank you for joining me in the commentary box. Pinex, I look forward to possibly having you to commentate with me for Tier 1, I hope.
Yeah, possibly.
Awesome. I look forward to it. I'm going to throw you guys out of here now so I can finish the stream. I will see you guys in a bit for Tier 1.
Yep, ciao.
Well, that was one very spicy race. Like I said, I'm very speechless. I can't work out what to say now, other than thank you for joining in. Thank you to Maverick, who's not here, for joining me in the commentary. Please don't go anywhere. I know many of you are racing in our Tier 1 next, but we do have Tier 1. It is our most competitive league with no assists. Well, I say no assists, mostly no assists. We are allowing racing line for our drivers, and we do have manual with suggested gears. So please stick around, and I will be back with you in just over half an hour for that race. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you guys next time.